Good afternoon, dear students. So, in today's class, we are going to see the difference between absorption and adsorption. So, what do you mean by absorption, children? It is a bulk phenomena. Why it is called a bulk phenomena? Because all the molecules of the adsorbate are equally distributed in the adsorbent. Okay, this is one is adsorbent on which the accumulation of the substance can be seen or takes place, that is called adsorbent. Whatever the molecules are going to be settled over or get attracted by this adsorbent are called adsorbate. Okay, so adsorption, it is a bulk phenomena. Why it is a bulk phenomena? Because all the molecules which are present surrounding it, it can be adsorbed and it can be equally distributed. And when this process is happening, it is an endothermic reaction. It can be takes place when there is an endothermic process, means it absorbs some heat energy. It absorbs some heat energy. So why it absorbs some heat energy and all the molecules are distributed equally, so that is why it has a strong force of attraction in absorption. So if you see in adsorption, children, it is a surface phenomena. Why it is called surface phenomena? Because it can be seen only on the surface. That means all the molecules are get attached only on the surface of the adsorbent. Okay, so when the bonds are formed between this adsorbate and adsorbent, it releases some heat energy. Okay, so that is why it is called as exothermic process or exothermic reactions. So why only happens on the surface? Because they are having an unbalanced forces of attraction, whereas in absorption they are having strong force of attraction. In adsorption they are having unbalanced forces of attraction. Understand? So next comes to desorption. What do you mean by desorption? Desorption is nothing but the adsorbed substance leaves the surface of the adsorbent. See, look at here in adsorption what happens, children? This is the solid material or any substance you take, and these are the molecules which are going to be attached. So here adsorption has taken place. After some time, if you give some heat energy, what happens? They breaks the bond. Okay, they breaks the bond. So when they breaks the bond, the molecules are trying to move away from the adsorbent. So when they are moving this, when the molecules are moving away from this adsorbent, then that process is called desorption. This is adsorption, this is desorption. Okay, desorption is nothing but moving away of the molecules from the adsorbent. These are the adsorbate, this is an adsorbent, the molecules are moving away. Understand, children? Yes. So desorption is an opposite to adsorption. So here all the molecules are going to attach on the surface of the adsorbent. So here all the molecules will move away from the adsorbent. Yes. Next comes to types of adsorption. If you see the types of adsorption, physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. These are the two types of adsorptions we are going to learn now. So first we will see definition of an adsorption. Physical adsorption. What do you mean by physical adsorption, children? Physical means the adsorption in which the molecules of the adsorbate are held on the surface of the solid or liquid by weak van der Waals forces. So the bonds which are present between the adsorbent and adsorbate are very weak. So look at here, children, this is an adsorbent and this is a molecule. Here weak bond has been formed. So whenever there is a weak bond between the molecule and the adsorbent, then the bond will be weak bond, and it is called physical adsorption. It is called physical adsorption. So here one example I have taken, adsorption of H2 and O2 on activated charcoal. Yesterday we have discussed, if you keep in a closed container, if I take an activated charcoal and I have keep all the gas molecules, what happens? All the gas molecules, by losing their pressure, they are going to be settled over the charcoal, isn't it? And again they will remove this whatever unnecessary particles are there. Okay, they can be removed away. So that is that process. So here in activated charcoal, if you want to remove the unwanted material from this activated charcoal, adsorption is a process which is very much important. Understand, children? So adsorption of H2 and O2 on activated charcoal is an example for physical adsorption. Next comes to chemical adsorption. What do you mean by chemical? Chemical adsorption means strong force of attraction should be there between the adsorbent and adsorbate. Okay, so the molecules of the adsorbate are held on the surface of the adsorbent by a chemical process. By strong chemical process is called chemical adsorption. It's called chemical adsorption. It is also called as chemisorption. Okay, chemisorption or activated adsorption. Whereas physical adsorption is also called physisorption, and here it is also called chemisorption. Okay, so why it is called chemical adsorption, children? Because the molecule and the adsorbent having strong bond. Okay, there is a strong bond formed between the molecule and the adsorbent. Okay, whenever the strong bond is formed, it is called chemical adsorption. So example for this is adsorption of hydrogen and ethylene on nickel metal. Okay, these are the two examples, physical adsorption and chemical adsorption we have seen. Next comes to, so now we are going to see the difference between physical and chemical adsorption. Physical and chemical adsorption. So physical adsorption already we have discussed. So what type of forces are present here, children? The forces are weak van der Waals forces are present. Weak van der Waals forces are present. Whereas chemical adsorption, strong van der Waals forces are present or strong chemical bonds are present. Okay, so here whatever bonds are formed, look at here. This is the molecule. These are the weak bonds in chemical adsorption. This is the molecule. Strong bond is present. Understand? So here if you keep some heat energy, if you give some heat energy, the bond can be break. Okay, the bond can be break. That is why this process is reversible. Okay, physical adsorption is the process which can be reversible, whereas here it is an irreversible. Once it is attached by a strong chemical bond, okay, it is not that much easy to remove this particle from its adsorbent. So that is why it is an irreversible. It is an irreversible. And when it comes to physical adsorption, it is a non-specific. Non-specific means physical adsorption can be takes place anywhere. For example, if I take this chalk piece, okay, if I take this chalk piece, if I keep some dots on over here, so it can be happen anywhere. Yes, it is not specific that should be happen on particular substance. But whereas chemical adsorption, it isn't specific. That means that some adsorbent and adsorbate should be there to they have to react each other, then only the chemical adsorption takes place. So that is why it is a specific. Understand? And here comes here, it can occur at low temperature. Okay, so here what happens when it is when the bond is formed, so it can occur at a very low temperature, not low temperature, very low temperature. It can occur only at a very low temperature. If you increase the temperature, what happens, children? There is a chance of breaking the bond. There is a chance of breaking the bond. Understand? So if you see the chemical adsorption, it can be occur at high temperature. At certain temperature, it can be occur. If you increase the more temperature, what happens, children? The bond may be break. So there is no further chemical adsorption takes place. Okay, yes, next one here, energy of activation will be less. Energy of activation is low, whereas here energy of activation is high. And here enthalpy is low, that means from 20 to 40 kg per mole only it will be there. And here enthalpy is high means from 40 to 400 kg per mole will be there. And here it is a multi-layered process. Why it is a multi-layered process? Because the adsorption will take place, physical adsorption only takes place on the surface. Still some layers will be present in the adsorbent. And whereas here it is an unilayered process. Once the bond has been formed, it is not that much easy to break the bond. And here it depends only on the adsorbate. Okay, for example, if I take any substance like any gases and the activated charcoal, they are going to be settled over the activated charcoal. Okay, on the charcoal. So it depends only on the adsorbate. What is the adsorbate there? Only gases. Gases are the adsorbate. So it depends on the nature of the adsorbate. It depends mainly on the nature of the adsorbate. But whereas here, children, it depends on both adsorbate and adsorbent also. So coming to the pressure. 10 point. So look at here, children. So in physical adsorption, the pressure at low pressure it can be occur. Why? Because say for example adsorbate I have taken 20 moles. It can be occur only on the surface, isn't it? It can be occur at low temperature because if you keep some pressure, it can be settled over the surface. But where comes to the physical adsorption at high pressure, it can be occur. Why at high pressure? Because the strong bond should be formed. So if I take 2000 moles of adsorbate molecules, what happens? It having high pressure and a strong bond can be formed. So this is the difference between physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. Yes, children, understand? Okay, in the next class we are going to meet again with the graphs that are related to temperature and pressure, very much important. That tomorrow's class I am going to discuss. Thank you, children.